guys, today I'm going to be talking about the Flair 58 Plus 2. I've had it for about a week now. I've been playing around a lot with it, so I'm going to talk to you guys about what I like, what I don't like, and then how I like to make my espressos with it. Hi!
Hi, I'm Vincent's mom.
So right out the box, there's a lot of gadgets. It's got this cool little mirror over here, it's got the little pressure chamber, and then it has a power source. I've never looked into it, and I don't really do espressos, as we all know, but I love kind of playing around with the idea of espressos. So I was surprised to see that a manual espresso machine, lever machine, has a power source. Now the power source is because it's going to keep the water hot. This allows you to have a long pre-infusion without worrying that the water might get cold. This very, very useful actually. Also allows you to not have to preheat your portafilter as much because you don't fear losing temperature. Now another thing that's cool is it comes with like the single shot and then the double shot baskets. There's two different baskets. It comes with a very standard and a very sleek looking tamper, sorry. And then it comes with a puck screen. Now I normally hate puck screens because they get messy. Sometimes after you're done brewing, you don't know how to kind of pull it out because it's hot and my fingers cannot deal with such heat. But this mirror is amazing. It's magnetic. So now we have a solution. You can just use this for both things. You can use it to clean it up and brew coffee with it. So while we wait for this thing to heat up, I just turn it on by holding it down and I turn it on to the maximum. Let's talk about some accessories I like to get. There's this little, I don't know, the puck thing. The knock box, that's what they call it, the knock box. It helps you get rid of all the puck really cleanly. And I suggest you grab yourself a better tamper. This one is from Decent, so I've had it for a while. It allows you to kind of just always have a level puck press. Whereas this one, sometimes if you don't press very well, it could slip sideways. One side could be higher than the other. It's not as easy to be level. I could just be a skill gap. I'm not very skilled. It is what it is. So this is my random jar of coffee beans I get from packaging. It's the leftovers of packaging other people's coffee beans. But I actually never know what it is. Now, the trick with espressos for me is to always fill the portafilter. I always want it full. Though it is a bit messy. You never know because of the mystery beans how much to weigh out, so use a little bit more. It's probably going to be about 20 grams of beans. Now, to me, having volume is the most important. Once you fill it up, then you just kind of tap to make sure you pack it as tight as possible. Get rid of all the loose air. That's why the knock box is good. I will be using this. The Flair's tamper. You just press. Now a trick I learned was to kind of just roll it until it becomes flat and then you just spin. No huge amounts of pressure needed. Then you have a beautiful puck. You can see that. You want the lever down. This allows you to have the water at the lowest point. Then you want to lock in your portafilter just like that. Keep it nice and tight all the way. And then you pour water into this preheated thing. I fill it all the way to the top with boiling hot water. Make sure you have your espresso cup underneath to catch any drips, and then you want to just... Now what I like to do is I like to press until a couple of drips start coming out. And that's how I know the pre-infusion phase is going to start. I hold it in this kind of pressurized condition, not so that it drips out, but just so it stays in this pressure. And then I fill this back up with water. Trick that I've devised for you guys is to know when your pre-infusion is finished is to watch when kind of the portafilter starts to suck back up the liquids at the bottom. And once you're done that, you can just kind of go ahead and press your shot. You'll get this beautiful, simple shot. Now you can see that there's a couple of drips on the side that's coming out. Because this is a mystery bean, technically I don't exactly know the grind size all the time. I could have ground a little bit finer. Nonetheless, a beautiful shot. So there you go. Because I put a little bit more water in there, sometimes I like to press it all out. I do like to have a little bit, I like to make sure all the liquids is out of the portafilter. I don't know if it tastes better this way. I just like it like this. There it is. Cheers. So the Flair has relatively surprised me. I quite enjoy using it. I've been playing around with it a lot. It makes great coffees. It's simple to use. It's a lot easier than having to wait a long time for your espresso machines to heat up. And with different coffees, kind of like my mystery bean that I do from all my wholesale orders. Now, if you guys don't know, I specialize in doing wholesales. We're actually mostly a white label roaster now. If you guys ever want to have well-priced coffees for wholesale, let me know. info@talescoffee.com. But yeah, this is just kind of a byproduct. And when you don't know what kind of coffees you're working with, having a manual lever is actually very easy to work with. I can kind of change the pre-infusion time much easier. And that allows me to adjust for the different kind of flavor profiles or the different kind of absorption rates from the coffee beans much easier. Another thing that I really like about this is its sleek design. It looks great. Though it kind of does take up a lot of space, it doesn't take up as much as an electric espresso machine. Price point wise, we're sitting at about $1,000 Canadian. For that price point without the steamer, I don't think is actually unreasonable. I think it's actually quite a good price, given how good the coffee comes out of it. I've tried everything from hand grinders to the niche zero, and they all taste quite good. So it's actually quite a forgiving device in that sense. Yeah, and then this little mirror, it's great addition. Realistically, it's a great addition. I really like it. Now the one thing I didn't like too much about it is having to always use this. If I don't, sometimes kind of coffee beans kind of get up to the upper chamber and then it becomes a little like dirty. It's a little harder to kind of clean from there. But other than that, there's not really any faults I would give it. I would buy it. Thanks, Flair, for this video. I don't know if I did it justice, but I'm gonna play around with it more and make more kind of like brewing guides. I think it might be controversial that I fill the puck up to the top. I've said it a couple times before. I think we should be brewing based on volume, and the only kind of variable we change is the grind size. But anyways, that's kind of my take on the Flair. It's built really well. It looks beautiful. I would bring this anywhere. Anyways, I'm really happy with it. Happy brewing, guys. I will catch you guys in the next one.